Welcome to Let Me Tell You. My name is Crystal, like the champagne.
And I'm Maudi Mia.
And go ahead. You can go first. Go ahead. We got some guests.
I'm Maudi with the body.
That's Maudi with the body. Yada, 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 yada.
Now, found of ENA.
She always does this dry. She is. Danelle. I'm Danelle. And we are a podcast that reviews movies. This week we saw Don't Look Up. And we was like, we can come together and talk about this. We all have like probably very different and similar opinions about most of the movie. And I was like, this would be a great episode to bring in the guys. So here we are, guys. Miss Mia, do you have a synopsis?
I do. Don't Look Up on Netflix. Two low-level astronomers must go on a giant meteor tour to warn mankind of an approaching comet that will destroy planet Earth. Don't look up. Short, sweet.
That was short, sweet.
That was good enough.
What do y'all think? We can start with Miss Maudi with the body. Spoiler free. What you think?
Spoiler free. What I think? I think it's a great movie. It's a great movie. Great job. Amazing acting. Great plot. It's not really too many bad things I could say about it.
Yeah.
Nice. I felt like it was okay. It was a little watch, it was a good little Sunday watch.
I loved it. It was right up my alley. Y'all know, first of all, I love everything. I love space. I love the idea of like space and how nobody's paying attention to space until like space right here with us. So it was a dope idea, great concept. I love Adam McKay. That's my guy. So I laughed the whole time. Penda?
I absolutely loved it. I thought it was awesome. And I thought about our current situation in this country. And it was like a spoof on what's really going on. And while we're all like stir crazy, and the government's literally like, oh, don't look up.
Just don't look. Just don't
you don't need toilet paper.
The funniest part.
Just take one.
The funniest part is that Adam McKay wrote this before the pandemic. He wrote this years before the pandemic. He said
comets always come kind of close to Earth, so I can see like where he got inspiration from. Like asteroids and stuff always coming close to you, but like, so that's the inspiration. I feel like what if it really came like super fucking close?
I think he did a really good job, like of like specifics. Like it was certain things that were just like so spot on compared to like what's going on in real life, like down to like how the government was and everything and how they would operate. It was like scary thinking about when we had Trump and being like, oh, like this what that was like this is exactly
he said in the interview he had to make things in the movie more and more ridiculous the more real life became ridiculous, like things that were like probably not as turned up in a movie. He had to make more and more turned up because like reality is like crazy.
But even so turning it up, it was accurate. Turning it up was like, this is what is happening.
It feels like it's right on point. This was like a reflection of life.
Yes.
Okay, so as you guys are aware, we use the Geeks Haven scale on when we review these movies. We can start with storyline and concept and kind of go through the movie. I'm gonna be honest, even though I love the movie, I enjoyed the movie, I paid attention, I don't remember exact point for point as the movie went on. So if one of you want to take over that kind of thing. But the concept was amazing. The concept of the movie is that a comet is on the way to Earth, and humans are too busy being distracted by shenanigans and bullshit to like really live in the fact that we're gonna die in 6 months. Until 10 minutes before we don't have to die, everybody looks up and go, wait, it's a goddamn comet. Yes, a goddamn comet. And then we all die.
No,
So
honestly.
so the movie opens with Jennifer Lawrence, who we haven't seen in a while.
I love
She's
her.
getting
I
back
love
out
her.
there, girl. Jennifer Lawrence she works at the University of Michigan, or she going to school for her
She
doctorate.
getting her
at the university.
PhD. Yeah.
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 University of Michigan, and she finds a comment like she's excited that she found a comment. Oh, excited. So she takes it to her professor, who was Leonardo DiCaprio, who still looks great. He's still
Yes,
giving.
he does.
His
He's
big old head.
awesome. He's the
Mhm.
GOAT.
And he's a professor, so she takes it back to the class, and they're looking at the trajectory of the comet. And at first they was like excited to see the comet,
Right.
and then they realized the trajectory is our asses.
And the size too. I think
And the
when they
size,
recognize
too.
the size of it and it's going to hit, it's
But
like,
the wipe was out.
we need
The
to tell
amount of
somebody about
earthquakes.
this.
Remember they listed like all the earthquakes and tornadoes and
Tsunamis.
There.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Rough.
It was rough. We was finna get that work. So they Leonardo DiCaprio contacts the black guy.
No,
The-
he contacted the other lady at the White House people, kind of. She like the president of science and comments and all that good stuff. And then she called the black guy.
Okay.
Cause she was like, "Oh, these students, they don't know what they're talking about. Let me call a professional and see what's
Yeah,
happening."
they said they wanted their people to look at it.
Yeah, so she called the head guy NASA, which was the black guy, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I need him to come to DC now."
I think
Asian
it was
girl
the
was the head
black
of
guy
the
first.
Asian woman was the head of NASA. The black guy is a doctor at another school.
No,
Okay.
he's at NASA. The black guy's at
Yeah,
NASA.
I think he worked at NASA.
The
I
white
just looked
lady
it up.
Yeah, Google it. I think it's the
The
black
white
guy
lady-
first.
and he didn't call the black
She
guy
was
first. He called the
Asian.
white lady and people. He called like he trying to get to somebody higher up. He like, "Hey, y'all need to look at this." She was the
Oh,
president. Like
white
she was
lady.
It was
right,
the
and like
black
an
guy that
intern.
got the meeting with the president.
Right, 'cause
Yeah.
she called him.
The Asian woman was the head of NASA. She was hired. She was like
She was
what was
higher
she,
up
like
than the black guy. Yeah,
she was an education person. So she wasn't somebody important. But
right.
she wasn't an
Astronomer.
astronomer. She wasn't an astronomer. She was somebody who was hired just because she knew
To be
somebody.
the head. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Right.
he talked to whoever he talked to get to her, and then she was like, "Hey, we're gonna have our people look at it over here at NASA." And yeah, so they all end up in
The White
DC.
House. Yeah.
They're at DC because everybody's like, "Okay, shit is hitting the fan. We got to go to DC.
Right.
Something is happening." They sit their asses out front of there going to Oval Office for 2 days.
No,
Straight.
honestly.
It was rude. And
Very rude.
the
So
son
rude.
was so
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill
doing
always does
everything.
I
that.
love Jonah
They said he
Hill.
was a complete
funny.
jerk on the set. Like he was like a bad co-actor.
Really,
I don't know if that's true. It ain't my
I just
business. I know I like him in his movie. I don't know about his
Where'd you hit-
personality.
You saw an interview?
Trump told me that.
Oh, really? I just saw a
Yeah.
YouTube video where they were saying that like he was like great and he did all like the ad libs and was helping everybody else do ad libs.
Oh,
That's
okay.
crazy how rumors started.
Rumors get started.
Could be lying. Who knows who's telling the truth? Both sides could be telling the truth.
It's true. Somewhere probably
Somewhere in the middle, he was an asshole to some people and nice to other people.
And nice to
probably.
others. Right.
probably the extras he was probably not that nice to, or people that didn't have higher roles, but his people that was directly right there with him.
Mhm.
You know, he can't be rude to Leo. He can't be rude to Leo DiCaprio. It's
Can't
not
be
happening.
rude to Sharon.
Or maybe
Yeah.
he just a method actor and he just was playing his role.
That's
and
what I said too. Maybe there were times where he was like
He played
in
his role so
character
well.
and somebody said something, he's like a jerk, and it's like, oh, well,
Yeah.
that's
Dick
the character
mode.
he's playing. Maybe
Character's a
you
dick.
know,
it was funny. I like this character.
he was a complete.
It was
penis.
funny. So funny. He said his inspiration was fire. If Fire Festival was a person.
Good job, Jonah Hill.
Just like them children, y'all know.
He said if Fire Festival was a person, that was his role for the character, and he did it. He did it. And Donald Trump Jr.
You funny.
That's what I'm about to say. He seemed like he's Ivanka, Donald Trump Jr., and every other spoiled brat combined.
Who happened to get a job?
Who happened
With
to
a drug problem.
He only got a job because his mama was president, and now you got clearance.
Now he's like, I'm the head of cabinet.
Sounds
It was
familiar.
he will pop up randomly talking about a drug he high off of, like randomly in the middle of a meeting, like I can't wait for this Molly to hit, and I'm like, oh my god.
He was like, I timed that Molly at the perfect time.
Yes.
I
Right
know
now?
we're not there yet, but when he got left,
I know.
I was sad for him though. I felt really bad for
I was
him.
sad for him, but I still laughed. I'm like, you should have got up
Yeah.
too. You stupid.
Should I go with you, Mom?
he
No,
get out with her.
stay right there.
Right? I done got up.
She's not coming back.
She'll be back. She's not coming back.
She's not coming back.
Not coming back.
It was
So yeah.
my bad.
No, you can go ahead.
I was say it was for me when he kept having them put the bag over her head every time
Yeah.
they went to go get them. And he specifically told her, like, yeah, I told you to do that. They usually don't do that.
They didn't
but
have to do
I told
that.
them to do
Right.
that. I ain't does
They
that,
have to
but
do
I
it.
told him to do that.
Sorry. You're
He
just
was
an
charging her
asshole.
for the snacks. He was
No, that was the
literally-
general. So while they're sitting out front of the Oval Office, the military guy comes and sits with them. I guess he was a part of like the people who need to talk to the president about.
Yeah, he was a general.
So they sitting there and he goes, well, let me go get some snacks. He goes and gets that and he comes back like they're pretty expensive in case y'all wanted to like pay me back for it. So everybody's giving him money. Everybody's giving him a little bit of money. He made like $50 off of them on them snacks.
He really did.
Fast forward to the next day, they tell him like, hey, y'all can go get snacks at the break room or whatever. And Jennifer Lawrence's character go in there and she's like, these are free? These are free? She was upset the rest of the movie about how she had to pay for the snacks.
Yeah. See, that was one of my grievances about the movie.
Oh, really? You know
Yeah.
why she kept mentioning it?
Yeah, it was just like,
Girl, get over it.
yeah, like it was enough is enough. Like the one or twice, like every now and again, like, oh, okay, because it's in your mind. But I'm like, all right, like
She
this
mentioned
shit
it every
one
time
liner.
she was on screen.
I know, it was like, it was dragging it out for me after a while.
I liked it because I feel like capitalism is like fucking trash. Nigga, you stole that free shit and then charged me for it. You's a bitch.
Which is
Say
hilarious.
something every time. Every time, say something. Fuck you, General Maid. So eventually they finally get into the Oval Office with the president and they tell her like, hey, we got 6 months, 14 days and 5 hours till it's game. And she was like, well, what'd she say?
She said we're gonna put it on hold, we're gonna wait and see. She was like the third quarter coming up. So
we're
like
gonna wait and see. We're gonna just wait
Yeah.
and see. Like, wait and see. It's a comment coming now.
They're like, we're 100% sure we're going to die.
right.
Well, never say 100%.
We're
gonna say
99.9.
99.9.
Can't say 100 because that's gonna make everybody freak out.
We're gonna say 70. 70 is nowhere
Not the same.
Hilarious.
What?
She did a great job as president. Definitely did a great job as
She
president.
did.
She
That's why
always
she's
do a
the
good
best.
job though. Yeah.
That's why she's the best.
Yeah. It was giving female Donald Trump. That's what it was really giving me. It was definitely giving me if
It
Donald
was
Trump.
the hair for me. The hair,
Yeah.
I don't know why the hair was so funny because like politicians wear their hair like, you know, in this serious hair. She was like, nah, I'm gonna have this body wave.
And that's on that.
With the all red suit. It was very much the Republican suit for me, like with the red bottoms. Excuse me, Mr.
Ew.
President.
I'm gonna be popping.
I'm
And the
definitely
full
giving
beats.
body wave.
Yeah, like that's 613 bundles, 250.
This came off of a Malaysian's head. These tracks was 500 a bundle. Sis.
Per.
But okay, so in the end, she decided to like wait it out type of thing. She's gonna get some people on it, and it's just gonna be secondary. And they leave there feeling like defeated, like we're gonna die, and no one gives a shit. So the black guy and Leonardo DiCaprio decide that they're gonna go to the media rather than trying to rely on the president. They go to a show that's kind of like the Today Show with Tyler Perry on it, and the lady from Thor Ragnarok, what's her name? Kate Blanchett. Kate Blanchett and Tyler Perry play the host. So they go on an interview on the show, and
they
it's
played
going
those
well.
roles very well.
They did.
It was good.
They did. I like Tyler Perry when he's acting like regular acting.
Yeah.
That was the first time I've seen him in like a movie that's not like one of his movies, and I liked his character. I feel like he did a great job. It was believable. Watching it, I didn't get Medea. Like it was very good on his part. He did a great job.
He was in Star Trek and he did a great job as well. Like just being a person alive. I need him to do more like regular ass
being a
roles.
human.
So we can like, oh yeah, Tyler Perry has like regular talent. It's not just like shenanigans.
It's not always Medea.
Yeah, not just shenanigans. So he did a great job as a co-host for the show. So while they're on the show though, they're like trying to make jokes about the comments, being like, you know, a comment. But Jennifer Lawrence's character was like, we're gonna fucking die. It's not a joke. It doesn't have to be like, why are you making a joke about this? It ended up a meme immediately.
Yeah, that's life.
But remember, even before they came out, there was Ariana Grande and the rapper guy did the whole engagement thing. It was like whatever they said was gonna be overshadowed by this star proposing on live TV and all of that. So
I forgot about the Ariana Grande Kid Cudi.
So in the end, you know, it was like, yeah, she said we're all gonna die, and she became a meme immediately. But I think if she didn't do that, then it wouldn't have went forward. People wouldn't have cared. The meme made it.
She had to become a meme
out
for
there.
it to matter.
Right.
Boyfriend broke up with her and everything. Y'all don't remember this shit?
The boyfriend broke up with her. Yes.
Broke up with her because he was embarrassed.
And then wrote a book.
They wrote a book.
Wrote a book. I slept with the devil.
Yes.
Escape from the devil, something like that. Getting away from the devil. And then from that same experience, Leonardo DiCaprio becomes a heartthrob.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. All of a sudden, he's like the hot Dr. Fauci, and he's running around on one
hot
of those
doctor
shows.
over here. This hot doctor, oh handsome doctor.
But we forgot to mention he got like severe anxiety, like real bad anxiety. He do a whole bunch of pills.
I did not know that was his wife. That whole time, I thought he was living with his sister. I did not know that was his wife until she walked in.
Okay,
there was no affection. There was no affection.
Yeah, it gave me sister and brother at first. Like before, I really like realized that when the kids, like the two sons came in, I didn't realize that was his wife at first. I didn't realize it until literally she was in there and they got caught. Like I knew
that was his wife the whole time because he kind of said like it was his wife. He was like, "Honey, you gonna do good." But the thing is, you can tell it wasn't no affection. That's probably why he stepped out. But watching it until he got caught, I was like, so did he mysteriously get a divorce or like he just out here living his best life?
I knew he was cheating from the jump.
I didn't because I thought he had the spine to cheat. I'm like, oh, he a good guy. You remember? He's like, so
he had a battery in his back being a heartthrob.
Yeah. But him and the wife didn't have no affection. So like the marriage was damn near down anyway. They lived in Montana, boring ass life. 2 grown kids still acting like they kids. I'm like, yeah, I would have cheated too. If I was TV.
I didn't get that vibe at all.
No, don't cheat.
TV me is a cheater.
Real life definitely a disconnect in that.
But like a regular ass people, like I didn't get none of the vibes y'all getting. I got
the vibe was they was dry. First of all, they had the 2 grown sons living there. She's still giving everybody that medications and like being mommy to everybody. Like you can't. Nah.
Maybe it's on myself.
That mundane. She like that mundane.
It was like regular ass niggas living in like Michigan. Going to work and coming
and what happened to that mundane? He was like, I need some excitement.
He went and found somebody.
If you're gonna go, fucking go.
He went to New York and
But
once I did know, I was mad at him. Once I knew that, I was like, that's a damn shame.
I wasn't.
Life was like boring. She was your sister this whole time.
Bro, we got 6 months to live. I needed some excitement in my life before I die. She wasn't giving it to me in Montana.
But
I need to live.
But he didn't ask for it either.
We never saw him like make
Who's to say? Who's to say he didn't
about his life at home at all? Let's start there. He did not
complain about his life.
When he went to DC, he called his wife. They talked about it. He wasn't having a bad experience. When he went on TV, he called his wife. They talked about it. He had a great experience. The kids was excited. None of nothing negative was going on.
Nothing said that he was bored.
Shit
Except
was dry.
for
They was bored. He was bored. She was
I
bored.
think a part of the issue is that we're so used to seeing Leonardo DiCaprio with like the young hotness.
No,
And
I
he
knew
has
that
a
was his
woman
wife.
his age that they looked like they was comfortable living in the house. And people were like, well, wait, that's boring. That ain't boring. That's life.
No, he
Maybe
was
it ain't
comfortable,
bullshit. I'm
but
having a good time.
comfortable don't mean exciting. Comfortable don't mean living. You can be comfortable with
but I
somebody.
think it was
And he's
all
wife.
exciting. He got caught up in all of it.
Yeah,
Not
I
so
think
much
he had
that just
never-
the wife part,
the
but the whole
popularity
thing
hit him
of
too hard.
being famous
Bro, we
now.
had
Like-
6 months. We had 6
Like
months to
many
live.
people, like many men that I see, not just men, but many people in general, someone outside of your spouse finds you attractive, and that's attractive. It don't really have
I can
nothing to
see that
do
for
with
him.
like your
Yeah.
life being boring or not. This Kate Blanchett, she's a TV star. She found him attractive. Yeah, he gonna fuck. It had nothing to
We
do
had
with the
6
wife being
months.
born with the wife.
I'm stepping out. 6 months. I'm stepping out.
Listen, if I go to my husband like, hey, I want to jump up, we got 6 months to live, let's go jump off Niagara Falls. And then he's with it, I'm not gonna go find another nigga to do it with. I'm gonna do it with him. We never see him offer her to
Because
do any
why
other
she been didn't come down to New York? That's what I'm saying. Like, she been at
Did he
home in
offer?
Montana. I would have been came down for my husband. I'm like, oh, Bay on
Did he
TV?
offer?
He getting popping? Let me go down travel and see Bay.
I
Did
do
he
agree
offer?
with Tamia.
It took
but
her
I
a minute. It
like-
took her months to come, not months, like weeks, because you only got 6 months. But it took her weeks to
No, it
come
was
down and
months.
be like, oh, I wanted to
She
check
came
up
down
on you. I
right
didn't
before
get a
we got
call.
cool.
That's
Yeah,
your
I
man.
feel like I agree with Tamia that I did feel like she didn't put in enough effort, because we literally like Tamia said, I forgot about her after a while. I did think
It
they
was
had
dry.
like got a divorce or something, because yeah, he would call her, but I remember it was like a piece for a while that we did not see or hear anything about her.
And she just showed
And
up
he
at the
was
hotel.
with the girl doing the interviews or with the girl, and it was given off that whole time he was never with his wife. He just got with the
I'm
girl.
like,
and left
after
the
we
wife.
see her when the FBI came, when he was on the computer, like on YouTube, I'm assuming, because he was like, I got a platform. And she was like,
right there when I
you've
realized
been
they
on
did
this for too long, like you giving too much energy to it. She looked run down on her damn self, like she needed a break. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what I
Like
mean. I
it
thought
seemed
it
like
was
it just
his
became
sister.
mundane.
That's it. That scene right
So
there made me
FBI
feel like it was his
came and
sister,
got
because
him?
she said, "Oh, I'm gonna go for a walk," and he was like, "Okay." Like it was very, I don't know.
They was dry lovers, and we got 6 months. It's time to spice it up, baby. I'd have been came to New York to see my man. Come on.
We need a
If I
part
love
two
you
where we
like
can
that,
see whatever happened to them during that time that we didn't really know what was going on.
they was in a
'Cause we
dry
don't
marriage.
know.
They was in a comfortable marriage. Where else would they go at? They was married since college. So like we can't leave each other. They was them type of people. So it's like they was dry in the marriage.
I feel like I'm
And
a
then
hit
when he
dog
got some
hollering.
more
My
stuff-
comfortable life, real fucking comfortable right now.
I got 6 months, baby, and I'm blowing up on TV.
Hey,
If
you
you coming
comfortable?
with me,
I'm comfortable. Let's be comfortable
Well,
together. But like you said,
If you
she
got an
shoulda-
issue, then say that. If you want to do some exciting shit, let's do that rather than just go cheap.
then come with me. Like, why she
we
didn't
got
come
6
with
months to
him?
live. Who's to say she didn't want to? We don't know the details.
Her ass ain't want to come. She would have been down in New York with, DC. I keep saying New York. They was in DC.
Then
She'd
they
have
went to
been
New
in
York.
DC.
They was in New York with the TV
He
show.
was traveling
Yeah.
everywhere.
He was
I would
traveling
have been
everywhere
came with my
doing
man.
everything.
You want to be with your man? Your man get popping on TV right now. Your ass is with him every step of the way. Don't play like you still
That's
be in
true.
the city. Come on.
I would go with them, but I also have my kids. But they had adult kids.
They got grown ass kids.
Grown,
Ain't no
and
we got no
babies
kids.
grown. And he
Okay,
had that
grown
scientist money too. So it ain't like she was a housewife. He
Don't
had
make no
that
damn money.
scientist money. And
No,
nothing
but he
said
was
that
he
she
was
was
supposed to work a
working.
couple of times, so he was all right. He had a little retainer from the job, you know.
He meet tenure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Right. You know you would have with your
Anywho.
man.
Oh, I would have went with him to New York. I would have went with him like when he went to TV. I would have been in the green room.
Girl,
There would
right
have been no
there.
space for no bitches.
On
But
top.
also, I think that we're inferring things that they didn't show us.
It didn't show that.
And that's
We
all
did.
about the podcast. We gotta fill in the holes for people.
I think they
We
were
done
like,
lived
yeah,
some
'cause they was
life.
born.
Right.
Born.
We done lived some
Maybe
life. We
not
putting our
born.
lives in their lives.
putting out-
Yeah.
We filling in the holes.
Plain, very plain, very lackluster,
Don't
Basic.
holler, my nigga.
basic. It
And I'm
was-
hollering because TV me would have been gone.
What happened next in the movie? So all that shit happened. He's cheating with Kate Blanchett.
I know for a good minute.
J Law broke up with her boyfriend because the boyfriend said that because she became a meme and became like a social pariah.
But he
Black
also
guy
was a
went
clout
missing.
chaser though. So I came to put
He
that on her.
was.
He was a clout
He
chaser.
was.
He
I
was
didn't
looking for
like
the next
him.
big story. So no matter what, he would
Um,
have tried to climb off of that.
The black guy's missing from this part of the story. We didn't really see him
Yeah,
for
he was in
real.
and out.
He was completely
Like
gone. Like
that.
after they left like the thing, and then we didn't see him again.
Yeah.
To the end. I really don't like how
mhm,
they. I feel like they could have used his character a lot more and like made it
mhm.
interesting because like I liked him. Especially like I think on the part where the police when they went to go pick everybody up and they was picking him up and he was like, just because my skin is different than yours does
Does not make me a threat.
like I really feel like they could have used him more because the little parts that he was in, I really
Oh.
liked him in.
Yeah,
They kept getting in
that's true.
trouble for giving away government secrets.
Yes,
Yeah, they kept
Yes.
getting picked up.
But-
Go pick them
But
up.
it wasn't government secrets. Anybody could look up and see that shit. If you have a telescope in your backyard, you could have saw it.
Yeah, but since you already had a meeting with the president, now it became like government secrets. After
Right,
she
the
said we was gonna
president
wait
talk
on
about
it.
to keep it under
Yeah.
wraps, and they didn't. Nothing.
They did not.
Everything. She
told
kept wanting to tell everybody
everybody
everything.
Yeah, she
And they
did.
were talking about the president. We told
Yes.
the president she didn't care.
I love the fact that they talked about how politicians be using stuff to gain their president, gain people to vote again because she was so
Mhm.
against backing them. But then when she
Until her
saw
sex tape
like
came
the,
out.
yeah, the
Right.
backlash,
Her sex tape
she
came
was
out and she had to divert from the sex tape
wishy-washy.
to the comment.
Yeah, she had sent her Jana over to somebody in Congress, and
That's what happened. That's what happened.
now all of a sudden you want to talk about the comment.
Right.
But also forgetting about the weird guy. He gave me robot Steve Jobs, Mike Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos.
Oh yeah.
That guy.
Oh, him, child. I just that was something. I
He
said
had
he
the
is.
concept of telling everybody that. So they was initially gonna go blow the comet up. They had all these rockets scheduled to go blow the comet up when it was
Right.
nowhere near Earth. We would have been okay. But this guy shows up that's like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk's baby.
Right, with his technology.
Steve Jobs' cousin. He shows up like, hey, we need to try to mine the comet for the metals because Earth is running out of them and we can use them to make cell phones and shit.
And like, and who's the hell to say? And when I knew the rockets turned around, I said, well, that was his creepy behind. I knew he did that.
I
I knew it was
didn't.
him.
I was like,
I knew it
what's
was
happening?
him.
I thought it was like failed or something because they were so excited and then it just turned around.
It didn't fail.
And
They had
you
too many people
guessed
on it
it.
that was qualified for it to fail. When he came in that room and then she walked out, I said, oh, he turned them damn rockets around. He on to something. He already creeped me out with the kids. I said, oh yeah, I can't trust him.
It was
He was so mean to the
Stay with
kids.
them kids. That
It
was
was so
very
weird.
weird.
It was so
It was
creepy,
very
so
very
cringy.
strange.
I was like,
Very
I don't know.
strange. And then
And
after
when
the
he
fact, when
was
the kids were trying to talk
talking-
to him, he was like, it was very strange.
It was
Talking like a
strange.
robot to everybody. He was literally
But
talking
that's
like a robot.
how Zuckerberg talk.
And
Yeah.
he went around with some
He gave
kids,
me
then he creepy
Zuckerberg.
too.
There's no
Zuckerberg,
a robot sometimes the way they be moving and that's
he's so
exactly how they
strange
got.
now.
I never
When
heard him
Facebook first came
speak,
out,
so
when Facebook first came out, and I like remember like seeing him talk things, he did not sound, he wasn't this weird. And then now he's like a full on
It's
like
happened over time. He's gotten like worse.
android. It's real strange.
Something.
And Elon Musk is like that as well. Over time, it's gotten really, 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 really strange. Stranger and stranger, stranger.
just creepy. It was just creepy. Because I was like, why the kids even out there selling the phones in the first place? I'm confused why they was there.
Because the phone was supposed to be their friend.
Just like Meta.
Oh,
Just like Meta and this virtual world thing they got going on.
oh,
And the fact
okay.
that they can, chat, don't get me started on that.
Supposed to be for like
it.
lonely kids. Kids who can't make friends and lonely kids. That's what I know. I got a kid that probably would like. My poor
Girl,
baby.
no, listen, and they gonna turn out just like his creepy behind.
I mean,
Get
but
him
if
some
they
play dates.
billionaires and they change the world, I ain't gonna complain.
But that's
He
why he
killed the
couldn't.
world.
I
He
think maybe
changed
that's
the
why he
world.
couldn't communicate like a regular human being because that
Mhm.
like it played off of them. Like he was just so
Mhm.
even 'cause I was getting at first. My first thought when he first came on screen was he was an alien. That was my very first thought. Was like he was an alien.
Not an
and he,
alien.
Like it's from the planet they trying to go to, and he trying to get them. But after a while, I was like, no, he's just representing them weird rich people who do like really crazy things
Weird
for their
things.
own benefit.
I think the part is not realizing or valuing human life. Because other humans are like a part of just things you have to deal with. So if we can go ahead and get the mind, they was promoting it like if we get the comet to break up and land on Earth, we can mine it on Earth. And then it'll be jobs for people.
Fuck them jobs. We gonna be dead. That's what I kept saying the whole time.
Going to work that way, and the fact that you can put a dollar amount to the minerals, like we used to say, such and such amount of thousands, trillions of dollars of this and trillions of dollars of that mineral and this mineral, and I'm like, well,
he ran them numbers fast.
Not everything is about how much money. It was very on brand,
on point. Yes, it was very much Jeff
very on
Bezos
point.
in the back of the Amazon trucks, and I don't care. Energy.
Yeah. Everybody was like,
That
no,
energy.
we shouldn't do this plan. We shouldn't do it. He kept firing everybody that told me, like, no, this is a bad idea. You shouldn't do it.
And then when it started failing, no, he was like, it's fine. It's fine. And then it blow up.
So the movie keeps going on.
Oh, it's okay. We can do it with
the movie keeps going on. They figure out that first no one knew that they were trying to blow up the joint to
mine it.
Yeah. Once they figured it out, J-Law and Leonardo DiCaprio characters was against him doing it, but they were kind of already caught up in the mix. So he convinced Meryl Streep's character to blow it up, explode it, and then bring it back to Earth. The little robots, or the big robots that they got, was supposed to land on the comet like Independence Day, and explode the comet. Drill into it and explode it.
And break it up.
25.
We seen them.
Don't come on.
Yeah.
They sent up 25 robots to blow up the comet. 5 of them don't make it onto the
before we even get to the comet.
Blow it up. And he's still like, it's fine. And then he said, oh, we can do it with 24. We can do it with 24. And then another one blew up. And she was like, well, how many could you lose? And he was like,
if they had 25, 5 didn't make it off Earth. He said 5 of them didn't land onto the damn comet.
Just a damn mess.
We can do it 24, right? The girl was like, yeah, but we don't have 24 no more. Like,
we ain't got it.
Then the ones that were sliding off.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It was a daggone trip.
I think we can do it with what we have. We'll be okay.
We'll be okay.
They were not okay.
At all.
After that, they started saying, don't look up.
I mean, they exploded the comet, but it didn't break up. By this point, this motherfucker is right there. We're a month out. We're 30 days
we here.
out. There's nothing we can do to stop this nigga from coming in this morning. So that's when they started to don't look up. She's trying to get reelected. Like, girl, what you getting elected for? Who you gonna lead?
No, before he launched the robots, she was doing the whole campaign. Everybody was doing a campaign to look up and don't look up, and he had the little Ariana Grande singing.
She had to trying to get him jobs at that point.
Yeah,
that's around the same time before he even launched anything. She was trying to get reelected, and everybody don't look up. Yeah, you right. Don't look at
symbols, and they had the concert and everything.
Because the scientists.
On like you can tell it was like a timeline like TikTok or Twitter type of thing, and like people like sending their videos in. You got like the fake made, like you know who they represent when they was born there. It was like they gonna take away my freedom of looking where I want to look. I'll look down. I'm not gonna look up. And then you had the other guy like
I'm looking down.
He had a pen or something that was like, yeah, mine's is going looking up and down because I feel like
he was doing a movie.
Sides, when I tell you, it was given very much. I am with both the unvaccinated and the vaccinated. Like it was like
it's the my body, my choice, folks.
Yeah, like
it was a lot. But then no, because before they started the campaign, that's when Leonardo, scientist, he was like exploded at the last moment. Like I don't want to be involved.
The more he thought about it,
this is bullshit. A little too late, but okay, go ahead and have your moment, hun.
For 30 days
I feel like he already got caught cheating at that point when he
that already been passed. He was already living.
In the meantime,
that's the life I was going to live. I'm going back home.
Decided that I need to be a good person for my wife now.
No, he decided to go back home once he seen them plans as fail because he was like, you don't want to do the peer review process. Every scientist need to do a peer review process. You got to get this looked over. You can't just be doing shit and not getting it looked over.
It has to be peer reviewed.
It has to be peer reviewed. So he was like, you're not doing none of that. You firing everybody. I'm done. And the guy was like, I know how you're going to die. You're going to die lonely. Like, okay.
You're going to die alone and lonely. Damn.
Like,
I think that he lacks, we all know like psychopaths do not have emotion. They lack human emotion and they cannot understand or comprehend human decency at all. And that's what I think he represented. Like just psychopath people written. That's most of the rich people in the world, billionaires, trillionaires.
Sociopaths.
Yeah, that literally do not see the value in our lives. Our little people lives, they don't see the value in them. His mind, that he knew that we was going to die. He knew that everybody was going to die. He knew what he was doing.
I think he knew everybody's going to die. I think he knew a percentage of people was going to die. Like it's okay for whoever to come and land on to die. It's okay for that because we're going to have access to the
space anyway.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He knew it was a chance
he
of
already
failure.
had his backup plan.
They had a backup plan for the backup plan, didn't they?
In
the end, the comet comes, kills everybody. Leonardo DiCaprio, J-Law. Why I keep wanting to say the black guy? His name is Rob Morgan. Rob Morgan and Timothy Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet got in there. He's now dating J-Lo, which was very strange to me because she's like 10 years older than him.
I love it. I got to talk about the evangelicals.
I like his character. I found his character great.
I love him so much.
He was a great character because he wasn't like a annoying person. You get what I'm saying? He was like, this is what I believe. Yeah. This is just what I believe. And if it's beneficial to us,
that representation was so great.
In the moment where they needed that,
I love that representation. We don't get that representation as one. We don't get that representation. Where look, we're real people. We're not all religiosity. You know, we're not all judgmental. We're not all whatever. You know, I love that. Right. I feel represented the same way that black people feel represented when there's only one of us in the movie, or you know, when you start to see more of us. I felt represented, and I hope that more of us are represented
like that.
Like that. She felt seen. Okay.
She said, I felt seen with that Timothy Chalamet.
That prayer, I was like, amen, yes, amen.
And let's go.
I'm not gonna lie, the prayer I did tear up. I told that the band really hit me hard just because I felt their pain. Like it was like, especially J-Law, like I really felt her pain because she tried. She really tried the best that she could, and I was like, I could felt that defeat. Like, then you try to let everybody know, and nobody will listen. Like,
it was the peace. It was the peace that surpasses understanding in that moment. Like, okay, we have to die. We realize that. Let's just have peace in this and be. And when that last statement, he said, "God, whatever's in your will, let it be done." And they sat there and ate their food and talked and reminisced and let it happen. And I just, this is.
It was only sad when the glass started shattering. That's when I felt sad. I'm like, oh shit. When stuff started breaking around them and they just holding hands, it felt sad. That's why I was glad they had that comic relief at the back end credits. Cause I'm like, whoa, that got deep quick. And it's a little comedy. I'm glad we got to see him in the parts.
I missed the part. Before the comet actually hit, they're watching they're in like a situation room and they're like, okay, we finna die. I don't know what they were planning on doing. It didn't look like they had like a good plan.
They never had a plan, really.
So people in the room was like, I gotta go see my family. They started walking away. And Meryl Streep and the white hair guy, they leave the room. Jonah Hill was Meryl Streep. Jonah Hill was like, should I go with you? And the mama, Meryl Streep was like, no, I'll be right back. So Jonah Hill was sitting there waiting for his mother. Mind you, it's bad enough she's the president. That is his mother.
I wasn't sad for him.
Me either.
His mother let him die.
I was sad for him. Look, no, because he said, so everybody, we know that, you know, this could be our last few minutes and everybody's saying prayers for, you know, each other and humans, but I want to pray for stuff because, you know, I like things.
Hope our stuff is okay.
I like things. Stuff is okay. So I hope our stuff makes it.
We need stuff to survive.
Get the point.
I did not feel bad for him.
The president looked at him like
get off the
I
mic.
failed. That's why she was like, let me leave him here.
But no, she forgot him. Remember, she called the scientists back.
Forgot him.
She get on the plane and she calls Leonardo DiCaprio. She's like, hey, we about to dip. We leave Earth. We got
one person. You and one person.
One person. You want to bring Jennifer Lawrence, or you know what you want to do? And he's like, no, I'm gonna stay with my family, whatever.
He
I
said,
hope
take your son.
you, I hope you and Jonah have a great time or whatever. Good luck. And she was like,
She's like, oh
damn.
shit. He knew she forgot
Ain't
something.
no damn.
Left him.
Ain't no shit, ain't no damn. You left him on purpose. He asked to go with you, and you told him no to sit right
And
there.
he's simple because he should have got up and went with her ass. You see the
Yes.
two people leaving that got created this walking out. You should have ran out.
The ship that they left on had 200 slots on it.
Yeah,
they get to
that was
whatever planet they
crazy.
found,
Yeah.
the Earth-like planet or whatever, and 45 people died.
I mean,
In the
cryo
pod.
chamber's tricky. Everybody ain't gonna survive the ice.
And it took him forever
45
to get there. It
It
took
was
like
like
1,000 years to get to
20,000
wherever they
years
were
in the
going.
future. Yeah.
And they
It
get
took
there
them-
and hey Kai,
Oh, you have crazy power.
keep that. Don't edit him out. That's hilarious.
Kai, I am recording the show.
But why are you keep saying all that weird stuff?
What weird stuff am I saying?
You saying
I thought
I
it was
make
gonna
sure
be
he
you,
ain't get
Janelle.
left when you leave the planet. He like, you
I
talking
thought it was
crazy
gonna
over
be you,
there.
Janelle. I thought it was gonna be your family interrupting the show, but it's mine. And y'all gonna blame the mother for being dry, the wife for being dry. We got to have some regular ass like that.
You right. You right. I'm just
We
saying.
need structure.
We got 6 months. It's time to spice it up.
Turns into chaos.
That was crazy. But yeah, I only felt sad like when I seen like the glass really like shattering on everybody. Like that's the only time I felt sad. So I'm like, wow, they really about to die.
It when
Mitch,
they
I was-
started showing the scenes of like different parts of like the world, and like they was showing like it was like a lady like
The
washing
Native
her
American
baby.
guy.
Yeah, like different things that people were doing, and I was sitting there like it just made me so sad. And like you literally could just be holding your kid.
They
and, like,
showed the
y'all just
baby
sitting
being born.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
They
was
showed the
pushing
little
babies
animals.
out.
Everybody
My
about to
husband said
damn
the first
die.
thing he would do is try to get me pregnant. I said, for why?
We about to
For
die.
why? We about to die. You
Why
think I
do
want
you
to be
make the
pregnant?
last couple months so miserable? You
Miserable.
crazy.
For why?
You know, the people
That
that
shit.
was like running around and like protesting and all that was in the background too of everything.
I
It's
wanted
like,
this one
you
took some
know.
sleeping pills and just died peacefully.
Child, y'all
Yeah.
already know my motto. Everyone knows that for any apocalypse, my plan is to just go ahead.
I'm going out first, my dude.
I'm gonna smoke everything I got left,
Yeah.
drink whatever I
I'm
got
going
left,
out first. Go and let me
go to
go.
sleep, and let God handle
Yeah.
it. 'Cause
I would
it
just
ain't
go
nothing-
peacefully,
Let
take
me
some
go.
pills,
I ain't
Call
got
it a
no
day.
time to be fighting no damn
say
zombies.
one last
Let my
prayer.
ass go.
That's the part. That's the part. You probably find me somewhere praising the Lord. Thank
Say
you.
one last
I made
prayer.
it.
Either we gonna, go to heaven to get reincarnated.
Listen to
We
Kirk
gonna see what's
Franklin.
popping.
Whatever's next is happening now.
Whatever next is next.
Okay, wait. I just wanted to mention at the end, they get to the other planet. 45 of the niggas out of 200 is dead. The cryo ships didn't make it. Then another like 20 of them didn't make it. And then they come out the joint, they all butt naked, and they all are 60, 70 years old. I said to Chris, why on earth would anybody over 25 be on this damn ship? They have to make babies. They have to
I
build
was saying that,
things.
like, who they gonna make
It makes
babies
no
with?
sense.
If everybody here is old or menopausal. Like that makes
If
no
all the
sense.
women is menopausal,
There might have been some young people in the background. We ain't see them.
they should have showed them because they look like dumbasses
Maybe
out
they
there.
was the 45 that
And
died in the
immediately,
cryo.
The little alien animal ate the fuck out of them.
I know.
Made me so happy.
But
That
she
made me
said, "Well,
so
how
happy.
am I gonna die?" He was like, "You're gonna get eaten by a frogger." And
I know.
Not a front
He's like,
frogger.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, that is yet, but
gonna
that's what you're gonna get eaten by.
happen.
And then her ass immediately got ate by the frogger.
I know. Trying to pet it. Girl, you know them animals.
She had sex with him, and I was still trying to figure out how did she ended up having sex with him. Y'all
Hey.
she
For the money.
hinted at it when she was telling Leonardo who he was, and like was calling him like sexy, and like was saying things. As if
Oh
they
yeah,
had
she did say she
sex.
found him sexy. I remember
Yeah,
that.
it was
It's
like
the
doing,
money.
like you see, like was like really like attracted, and was like, and she said they had a thing in college. She said something about they had a previous thing before, and I was sitting like, how?
Girl, that money will make you do some crazy things.
He wasn't ugly. He just
Girl, he was creepy. But she liked
creepy.
money, and he had money, so I'm sure she's slept around a couple of times.
She found money attractive.
She sent her
Yeah.
vagina as the president to a congressman. You cannot put
To a
anything past.
congressman. What congressman you know is cute enough to sing vagina to?
Hey,
I'm not.
I
Even
don't
Cory
know.
Booker
I ain't
is a
seen
no.
none.
I ain't seen none.
I
That
wouldn't
don't mean
even
they
send it
did,
to
because
Cory
I'm
Booker.
sure that they are very attractive to their
To
respective
somebody.
wives. But me,
I'm gonna take a hard no, and I'm sure they feel the same about me.
I thought that too. They probably like, nobody wants your fat black.
I want to
I want
join
your
you, nigga. I got a husband.
They're not checking for me. I'm too ghetto for them.
I can class it up. They
Okay.
don't want me.
And that's the movie. How do you
And
guys? That's the movie.
and
We're
don't
talking
look
about-
up.
Don't look up. So, next point is the writing in the script. How do you guys feel about the writing in the script and the improv? I didn't put that on the thing, but a lot of it was improv. Adam McKay in the interview said it was 88% script, and
Improv. I believe it.
yeah.
It was good. I mean, they did.
18%,
They very professional. Everybody. That means that everybody that was cast did their job as an actor. Everybody did well. And the writing was on point to the point that they were able to flow in it. So
That's how you know they're writing good. Because if somebody can improvise and still keep the storyline together,
keep
no
the
problem with the
concept
script to me.
together.
The flow of it all was very nice. Like I feel like even with people who were like slightly annoying or certain things that I was just like, or
Yeah.
it wasn't because I didn't like the woman anchor. Like her character was a jerk, so I didn't like that character. But she played her so well.
See, I felt she was
Like,
misunderstood. I liked her.
Kate Blanchett. It's a lot. I think they were saying this is one of the most Oscar-filled or Oscar-nominated movies to like ever exist. It's like
Nice.
a lot of these people were nominated for Oscars or have Oscars.
Yeah,
What can I
they
say?
bought it. They showed why they got it.
Oscars.
Yeah, they showed why they got them Oscars. I feel like everyone came to give.
Okay, that ain't how we said.
Because y'all saying it real ethnic. Like, I ain't even about to hold you.
Yo, from Baltimore. Baltimore.
I'm supposed to say it.
Earn.
Iron.
When I was saying, I said, that is not right.
Y'all like Oscars. His name ain't Oscar.
It's Oscars. What is how you say it?
Oscar. How you supposed to say it?
The Academy
Oscar.
Award. The Academy
Oscar.
Award, right? The Academy.
Oscar.
The Academy gave them
Oscar.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oscar. Why
It ain't
can't I say
Oscar.
it?
His name ain't never been Oscar.
Why can't I say
It ain't never been him.
It's not Oscar.
it?
It's
Oscar.
Oscar nominated.
It's Oscar, but we're not saying it right.
We gonna ask
Oscar.
Google. Because that ain't it.
Oscar.
I feel like it's Oscar.
Oscar.
Like O-R.
Oscar. Score.
Oscar.
Oscar.
I feel like it's Oscar. We gonna ask Google.
Damn. The more I said, the more I felt like this is not the
Like
right
being
way.
fruit.
Fruit. I can't say fruit either. Why can't I say fruit?
I'm not gonna put it together.
It's the U in fruit.
Listen.
Like a fart.
The Academy Award. We gonna go on with that. We gonna keep it pushing.
Okay.
the Academy
This is
Award.
the
They got
most-
the
the
man
most-
holding the globe.
Yeah, this is no, that's the Golden Globe.
I thought the Oscar was
Oscars
the
are like
man holding
this.
the thing.
Oscars is like this. Or like that.
Okay. I think that's the one I'm
It was
talking
looking
about.
like an angel, kind of.
Yeah. My bad, Joe. We got sidetracked by Oscar. And the most Academy Award nominated and award winning actors with Leonardo. Oh, Jenny said with Leonardo, with Meryl Streep, with Jonah Hill. He got Kate Blanchett. I think Tyler Perry been nominated. Like the people who
Timothy.
It's
I
like-
think
Timothy Chalamet, I believe, is nominated. Yeah, it's a lot of them in there. So it makes sense. The movie came out really good.
Yeah, I think it came out good
That's
too.
the one thing and we can guess. I guess this could be writing and casting as well that you brought up earlier. I feel like I like Timothy. I think he did a great job, but I don't. It was
The
something
age
weird
difference.
about making them love interest. Just I feel their
We
personality
didn't need it.
meshed, but they were too. Like
They had
my
the
immediate thought
chemistry.
was like he
We
my
didn't need them to be
age.
love interests. Yeah.
Yeah, my
Jayla-
first thought
and she's
in
my
head was,
age.
he's my age. Like he's
Okay,
my
people
age.
date young people and old people all the time.
Yeah, but
Ain't
still,
nothing
it didn't
new.
work.
That's life.
They didn't have romantic chemistry to me though.
And we
It was
had
not
6
necessary.
months to live. Whoever was getting it was about to get it in that
I
6
think that's the
months.
part. It was,
Okay.
oh, you're here, I'm here. Let's do this thing that we're gonna
The
do.
pickings
She was
was
working in the
slim.
market. Like she's a whole scientist about to get a
Right.
PhD. Was working at the
How
market.
did you get a job in 6 months to live?
Hell, why
No.
not? We got 6 months. Ain't nobody listening any damn way. Might as well keep busy.
That's on my edge. I would not be working. I'd be out this
My
bitch.
ass would be working because
Out
what the
this
hell else
bitch.
I'm gonna do?
I will be doing
outside,
that
Doing
is
what?
probably-
jumping off of daggone sides of mountains and flying off of shit and zip lining and
Like
going
my
to fucking
grandma,
everywhere you want to go.
My ass be at the workplace waiting to die.
I don't know. I ain't wasting them 6 months. I'm doing
Fuck it.
everything.
I'm going
And
to
I'm doing
this-
it for free. Cause stop me, bitch.
Where
We
they
got
gonna
6
stop
months
you?
left.
You could have died before the 6 months. No, don't be playing all risky. Take your whole 6 months.
I'm gonna have my blade on me like a 73. I cut you.
Take your 6 months now.
I'm zip lining today. Move out the way.
Yeah. I mean, I do got some grievances build up, but we gonna come
Mhm.
to it.
We get there when we get to the edit. Okay,
Right.
so we acting and actors. We just talked about that basically. Everybody did
Beautiful.
great
No
job.
problems with nobody.
Yeah, no
Most
problem.
people had great chemistry. Like I said, something about the J-Law Timothy Chalamet relationship that didn't mesh with me, but they both acted well.
Yeah. And people date young all the time. So that was a natural. Like, we ain't got that much to live. People do date young all the time now.
They do date
They
young.
did,
It
they
was
did,
still a
they
little
did.
weird. I feel like they wouldn't date in person. Like them two specifically. I just feel like they
Wouldn't
wouldn't
date.
date in real
I just
life.
didn't get it.
We had 6 months. She was working in the market. He was
And
still
by
in
the time
sunglasses.
they
was
met, they
low-key
might have only
desperate.
had 2 months left.
She was.
Because mind
low-key
you, that was towards
I think it was like
the,
3 months.
you
Yeah.
It
know.
was like 2 months by that time.
She didn't
Yeah.
already, yeah, because she didn't already seen the comment.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, we said, like, hell,
Sis
why
said,
not?
"Look up. I can see it's right there." And then they just
Yeah.
look up and they point to the motherfucking movie. And
No, when they was doing the whole thing that like they were talking and the dude said, "Hey, wait,
they had to
so
go
you
look up.
really didn't look
And he
up
was
this
just
whole
looked up, he
time?
was
Like
like,
you
hey.
really didn't?"
They've been
look up.
lying to me.
She's been lying.
Stupid.
Sir, this whole time you
really?
never looked at the sky.
You never
Even if you
actually
were like a
looked
part
up.
of the
Like,
campaign.
it's just
even
a
if you were
campaign.
part of the
You
campaign,
still should
and
look
you-
up though.
Damn
I'm about to,
idiot.
even if you bought into the concept of don't look up because of the politics of it all. You
Mhm.
never like actually looked at a cloud. If you just like, oh look,
Stupid.
a bird. Damn, it's a comet. It should have happened.
When you
These
driving
niggas
on the
stop looking at the
highway, you
They
tend to
stop
see the
looking at
sky,
the
right?
sky.
Like this is
They were looking at the road the whole time.
Like,
They
you
never
looking
looked
at
at the
purposefully.
horizon.
You have to
Wow.
purposefully try to not look at the sky
Block
when you
out the
driving on the
horizon.
highway.
Damn
Right.
Americans. So
'Cause it's right
simple.
there.
And
Niggas
then
are
what I like,
stupid.
something I might would have wanted them to add more of showing how other countries were reacting to it and how they
Mhm.
reacted to America.
See, that's one of my
Reacting to
grievances.
it.
We're gonna come back to that.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I feel like everyone making fun of us, and I know in that sense,
They doing it now,
everyone
so I know they're gonna do it then.
like yeah, like everybody.
They doing it now, so you know what they're gonna do it then. Okay, next part is the visuals and graphics. Nothing was really they didn't have much of that in the movie.
Yeah, they didn't need it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that wasn't needed.
Score, soundtrack, not really. I don't remember much of that.
They had
either.
that little "Don't Look Up" song where Ariana Grande never yo. That was the only music.
First of all, we did not mention my kid Cudi. When they was performing and he did the hums, Maddie,
That
I was
dope.
like,
That was dope.
yeah.
The song was really good. I was like,
The song was really good.
and I like
I was
her.
happy to see
I like
Kid Cudi.
her.
I was so happy to see Kid Cudi. He looked very
too.
happy. He looked like
He
was
did. He looks so healthy. I was
Yeah,
so
he looked
happy.
healthy. He really
So he looked
did a
clean.
good
I said,
job.
yes, my baby out there giving the hums for it.
I never thought I would think him and Ariana Grande would have chemistry, but they
But
did.
it works.
And
It works. It works. I love
That
it.
song was nice.
I forgot about that. She was like, "We're gonna die.
Yes.
We are all about to die."
Yes.
And come to find out, she improv a lot of it.
Nice. She's an artist. I can
believe
see it.
But she's an improv.
Yeah,
She's
she is.
I keep forgetting about Sam and Cat and
Yeah, she
what's
Let's
the name
make
of
the
like
video. Yeah.
what's the name of that other
Victorious.
show? Victorious.
Victorious.
Yeah, I forgot she
Yeah.
acted for Ray. Wait, no, what she was
She
saying.
is a creative.
Yeah,
There's
Yeah,
certain
She-
artists
like,
that are
no
like
doubt.
they are a creative.
A
Like this is what they
entertainer.
do. They
She
don't
knows how
have
to
to have
entertain.
any
Mhm.
managers. They don't have to have a whole bunch of
Mhm.
people doing it for them. Like she is a creative.
Yeah.
She knows how. She's an entertainer.
Yeah.
This says she did that song, the big performance. She did most of that herself. They had a basic
Little
written up, but
beat.
she just added like all that you about to die. It was great.
Period.
Then last but not least, execution and replay value. Well executed. I will watch this again.
I
I've
would
watched
watch it
like
again.
Sure. I've watched it twice already.
Yeah, I would watch it again. Very well executed.
It was very well executed. Adam McKay, to me, never fails. I'm a fan. Everything he does, Anchorman, Step Brothers, he just does it. He does it. Other guys. Have y'all seen the movie Dick?
Mm-mm.
No.
I think that'd be a great movie that us would do on the podcast. But he basically does like Dick Cheney. It's so good. It's so good. He's so good. Adam McKay does not fail. So
Yeah.
I was right there with him, and he did a great job with this as always.
I love his like sarcastic humor. I love that type of
My type of humor.
yeah. So
It's like straightforward, but to the side type stuff.
yeah, like you
Little
have to,
sneak
like,
shots.
understand, like,
You, but I'm doing it this way.
Yeah. My
You
type of
know
humor.
that you might get.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the movie, right?
That's the movie.
I'm gonna give the Rotten Tomatoes scores first, and then we can give our scores after that. Want to do it that way?
Let's do it.
I had a grievance I want to hear.
We gonna come back
do
to
the
the
edits after
grievance.
that. We do
gonna
that
come back.
after the rating.
Okay.
I got him. Don't worry.
So, Rotten Tomato score for the critics. Anybody want to take a guess?
30.
79.
Why do you think it's so low?
Me? Because
Yeah.
people don't like to play with their politicians. It was more of a political movie. And a lot of the
Mhm.
critics kind of zone into that realm.
Mhm.
So if you
You
taking
know,
a
I
shot
always
at
talk about
something
the
that's
critics,
real,
especially the ones that do Rotten Tomatoes. It's always
Right.
such a big culture
the
issue.
age range and the
with the
range. So it's
critics.
like you don't
Mhm.
take shot at politicians and you don't take shots at real things
And
that's
older
happening.
people,
Like y'all
older
said
white
before,
people.
this is a good example of what has been going on. So it's like,
Mhm.
fuck this movie. You know,
Mhm.
we doing all
Mhm.
right in America. So
Mhm.
I
Why do you
think it
think
was
they
low.
did 79? That's a high
I think
number.
it's high just from like
Just
honestly,
critics, not
I'm
audience,
just
but just
thinking-
Not
critics.
people.
Not
not people.
audience, just the critics.
No,
just
critics.
critics score.
Not people.
Well, no, I would still think it would be like high, at least 60. I still wouldn't put it lower than that. And the reason for it, I think I'm gonna also give it to you because of who was in the movie, and I feel like
They love Meryl
critics would
Streep.
praise the
They do love Meryl
actors.
Streep. Hell, they love Leonardo too.
They love
Yeah, I'm
Meryl.
gonna
They
say
love
love
Leonardo.
Leonardo. I feel like they love
Mhm.
Meryl Streep. Those are two big names that make them lose their minds, and I feel like that's enough to make them be like, okay, I like this movie. I like this movie. I do agree though with you saying like the political thing. I didn't think about that. That is
Mhm.
something I know that they don't be really liking when people
don't
start
fool with
coming
that.
to things, especially things that's a little too real. They don't like
Supposed to help.
that.
Mhm.
So I think maybe like more like 60. I'll lower it, maybe like 60, 50, and I could see them praising the acting, but I could see them probably having a problem with the actual context of the movie.
Yeah.
So the critic score is 56.
All right.
It's one of
Okay.
the lowest-
Okay.
One of the lowest critic scores that any Leonardo DiCaprio movie's ever gotten.
I believe it. Politics.
Leonardo
knew.
DiCaprio, he brings them
He
big bucks,
knew.
but
He already knew. Him and Mer, all of them knew that it
And-
was gonna be. They was gonna take shots.
I read through some of them, some of the critics, the ratings and stuff they put up there, usually like on IMDb and on
Read
I'll be
us
on all
one.
the little joints. I want me to read one now.
Yeah, give me one. Give me one for the shits and giggles.
How do we become one? I gotta figure that
You
out.
just have
How
to
do we
register.
become
You just
one
have to
of the
register and be
critics?
approved.
We keep saying we're gonna register and do it, but we ain't got
We've been saying it for a while. We ain't done.
Let's do it, guys.
We ain't making change. We just talking about it.
And so we gotta take over for Roger Ebert. He gone now. That's the best to ever
Yeah.
do it. We ain't had nobody step up to the plate since then. He the only
That's
one that
right.
can write accurately.
For the
Oh, you
people,
know,
for the culture, for the
Yeah. You said Robert Ebert?
Yeah.
He had his bias as well.
He
We all
did,
got
but
bias.
Other critics, he was harsh, But a lot of times the things he would say, I would agree with. He would make me realize things that I didn't even notice in the movie, and then go back and watch and be like, oh, he was right. So I gotta give it to him. Give that man his credit.
None of
That
these people
man
look
is
like anybody I
flawless.
would like to read their.
Where he's resting
I mean,
his rest his soul.
That's the other
none of
part
these
too. Are we
people I'm gonna
represent?
give
Is there
awards to.
representation there? Because we may have to be that representation, guys.
That's the conversation that me and Tamia have every couple
All
of
the
episodes
time, and we
about
ain't
like
signed up yet.
being underrepresented and as a critic. Critics don't the critics that review things and give these scores aren't typically Black, aren't typically women, aren't typically from middle to lower class. Like we kind of hit like a lot of these marks that just aren't represented by critics. If a movie like Major Pain is somehow rotten, and in our culture it means so much. Obviously, nobody from our culture is reviewing these things or giving the scores. It's not our culture that's feeding these numbers. It's somebody who's outside looking in like, this is strange. This shit ain't strange.
You don't understand
It's a
it.
little
You
much.
don't. It's not. You don't understand.
That's
it.
Damon
It's not your
Wayans. That's
culture.
the GOAT.
That's damn Damon
Wayans
Wayans.
The Wayans specifically get
Critics-
really low scores.
Critics eat them up, but
Yeah.
us as a culture,
Yeah.
we love them.
I
And
think
they
it's
know
because
it.
they
You know,
hate that the Waynes are independent people. Like you gotta think
That's a
they
part of
built
it
that
too.
off their backs.
That's
So
part of it too. I'm not going to read any of those reviews, but I'm going to say this. Most of them basically said it was great concept, great premise, great casting. It was too high. They shot too high and missed the sun type of energy. But again, it was too much.
politics.
They were doing too much. It was where if we talk about the audience score, you don't have any guesses for the audience score.
85.
I'm about to say 80. I'm thinking 70, 80.
I'm thinking 85.
77% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, and then on the one on IMDb is close to like 80 something. But the critic score on IMDb is actually higher than it is on
Rotten Tomatoes. They be.
Rotten Tomatoes.
You know how they get down.
Yeah.
You think everything is right.
Sorry.
Hey, that's the name of the game.
Metascore was 50.
The movies they think is like so good, I be just like,
You sure?
They just
I
talking
don't even
about it
watch
for
the
a
movies.
moment.
Like typically, like stuff
I
that
don't
make
get
it to the
why.
Oscars. I don't.
Like there are
Listen,
people
we
seeing that movie.
We've been over the awards for a while. the part that I feel like Hollywood isn't like getting is that you have so much access to people and their opinions. Why the fuck does the critic score even matter in 2022?
I mean, yeah.
Why does it matter? You can see what people like and what they want. The critics constantly go after the superhero movies, but the audience spends billions. Do what the audience wants. The audience is what's going to bring it in. Even if you're talking about independent film that's not really relying on the amount of money spent, the audience still usually has a better perspective of how this movie should go. We should let the audience market rather than these people who act like they're professionals.
Right.
That's my soapbox. Okay. So we give our own ratings now, guys. We have a hard time bogging down how we're gonna do it. Is it gonna be out of 10? Is it gonna be out of 5? Is it gonna be stars?
We do. We feel when we feel it.
It's gonna be 100 braids versus 45 braids. We don't know. So whatever you feel in your spirit, how you want to do the ratings. We can start with you, Pimpin'.
With me, I was gonna start with Maudi with the body. Since she wanted to do this movie, I feel like she should have the honors to start us off.
Okay.
We can do it out of 10. Make it a little easy. I would say out of 10, I would give it like a 9. I would definitely give it like a 9. I love it. I told y'all the day I watched it like 2-3 times in that one day. I just kept watching it. It was so good.
Put on a loop.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Come on, Miss Mia.
I was gonna give him a cool 75, 80. But maybe because I didn't watch it as much. But for my good watch, a little 75, 80 was what I was feeling.
All right, Danelle.
Yes, I'm gonna say that 8.5.
Okay, 85.
No real reason.
Just for the hell of it.
It could easily be 9.
Please be 80.
It's a B at least.
Yeah.
And the only reason I didn't give it a 10 because they showed me the old man butt in the end.
We seen some old man butt. I ain't even paying attention to the booties.
A lot of
Well,
old
they-
man
And
butt.
Make it on the
when they were
plane.
naked on the planet.
I
When
seen
they
them
got
little
on the
plants
planet.
on their groins.
Oh, they all came out naked
had-
and melted.
They had
Mm.
penis and butt, and it was saggy and very
It was
much
a lot of
brought
it,
home
too.
the point that they
See, I'm
had
gonna have to
the
go watch the movie
oldest,
again because I just
least
missed it all.
fit people. to
You
be
know what I was
doing
doing?
this.
I was looking for the black people. Every time I
It was
see a
only
person, I was
one.
skimming for the black person.
It
So
was
I
only
didn't pay
one.
attention.
It was 2 and they was both men.
No, it's a woman. There's a
Nah.
woman on there.
The only one I
But
saw
there was
was
3, 'cause I
the
thought you meant-
bigger
Mhm.
guy. That,
Mhm.
that was like when they was panning from Meryl Streep over and they showed him. I'm like, that's the only black.
Yeah. See, I was skimming for the blacks. That's why I see the butts.
We ain't making up the cryo chambers.
Yeah, ice is tricky,
They
man.
didn't make it out the cryo chamber.
The cryo chamber.
8.5.
I am going to say
90.
I'm gonna say 80.
You know, he's about to say 85.
I am between 85 and 75. I'm like, it's a window
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
between 75 and 85. That's why I went with 80 because that's in the middle. Although I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, I rewatched it already. It had a great time. Everybody was acting really well. I do understand. Oh, and I forgot to bring up during the acting. I want to give a credit to how diverse the cast is. Like, it was people. A black woman was in charge of the other place, and then there was the black man was a doctor, and we had the Asian woman as the head of the NASA, and then the
Mhm.
boyfriend, he was Middle Eastern. Well, you're not allowed to say that no more. I'm sorry, he was Arab.
Oh, we not allowed to say that no more?
No, because it says Europe as the middle.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't
Okay.
know that. Thank you for telling me
Yeah.
that.
Educate
So-
us.
Don't say
Yeah.
Middle East because it makes it seem as though, well, what the fuck is the middle?
Got
Who
it.
are we centering in
That's
this
what they
conversation?
named them, just like they
Yeah.
named Africa, but
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the point of not saying Middle East, of preferring
I
to
got
say Arab. So like it was people of different backgrounds and cultures, and I really like that. My issues with the movie that take away 2 points, so it's not that much of an issue, were things like I know y'all don't be in them Twitter streets like that. I know Maudi did, but the Twitters and the TikToks is like, well, how come we didn't get? Every time we focus a story on America, there's so many pockets of America that don't get represented in these stories. And I
Mhm.
agree. Like, after thinking about it and watching it, I'm like, they could have just showed a cutscene of the hood or black people or trailer parks being affected by this thing. Why are we constantly letting middle America be the focus of these stories? That simple 2 seconds of in a different place, we will feel represented. So I was like, you know what? You're right, TikTok. You're right, tweeters.
Yeah, right.
Tweets. So yeah,
That's your point.
that's one of the reasons I took off a point. And then I don't know why that Timothy Chalamet J-Law thing just wasn't doing
You didn't
it for me.
like it, and it's
I didn't
okay.
like it, so I did it. And that's why I took off those 2 points. Do y'all have any you had a complaint, a grievance? What's that grievance?
Who, me? Because you know I got a little
Yeah, you.
list.
Yeah, you.
What's the list? Are they your edits or just your grievances?
Okay. Well,
Okay.
let me look at my
Both.
notes.
Okay.
I mean, okay, a little edit, a little grievance. So I'm gonna get the grievance. One, I want to say this is what I'm gonna say at the beginning. The movie first made me feel like Fifth Element, because I don't know, because she had like orange
That's the
hair,
vibe.
and it's like the world is
Mhm.
destroying, and the lady gotta save the world. So I'm like, well, that was kind of
Mhm.
cool. It kind of gave me a little
Mhm.
nostalgia of one of my favorite
Mhm.
movies.
That is the vibe. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I was
She got
getting
the
the vibe.
Lulu hair.
I
Like
love
Lilo
the
haircut.
Lilo too. So I got that vibe. That's one of my faves too.
My face.
I just saw Independence Day. From like the concept, all of it's like Independence Day. This is
But see, when you
beginning
said
of
Independence Day, I was like, yeah, Independence Day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's the movie Some of Our Fears. You remember that, Danelle?
Yes.
Some of Our
I
Fears
do.
basically came out around the same time as Independence Day. It's about a comet meteor hitting Earth, and Morgan Freeman is the president. Baltimore gets hit first.
That's
by the
what me
meteor.
and Jerome said that it
Right in the
reminded
hole.
us of that. And I said it's
Those-
going to
those
actually
movies of
hit.
that
When I
time
realized it
frame.
was going to actually hit, and I was like, oh yeah, this is
Ooh,
this
Summer
reminds me of
Warfare.
that one. Yeah.
We
But
died.
other movies, they break it up, they figure it out, they throw
Mhm.
something at it, and it comes off course. No, that one movie, Summer Off Ears, that thing hit.
Mhm. Dead.
See, I like movies
I
like
said
that. Though.
Independence Day, not Independence Day. That's not the name of the movie I've been thinking about.
Take your
I did
time. We'll
think
come back to you.
Independence Day. I thought about Independence Day when she was making the speech, and when he was talking about going to go fight the aliens, and all of
What's the
the
name of the
different
daggone
people were
movie?
there with him.
Let's do Bruce Willis.
While she searched for the movie, one grievance. The wife was playing too daggone much at that door when we had only a couple of damn hours to live. She wasn't trying to let that man in, knowing damn well she was gonna let that man in. And you got them grown kids behind her, like, Daddy, come on in. If y'all don't get in that damn house and pray before we die,
My daddy,
that's one of
come
my
on in.
grievance.
She was acting
Daddy,
slow.
daddy.
Doing
I
too
was by that
much.
point. I think
Armageddon.
He cheated.
Armageddon was the name of the movie I'm thinking of. Armageddon.
I
Armageddon.
do feel like
Armageddon.
yeah,
Gotcha.
she should have just
Armageddon.
sucked it up. Once she knew that the comment was just going to hit, so I honestly thinking about it, I probably wouldn't have left my husband because at that point, I mean,
No, I'd have left him. Hold on, I'd have left him. Because he straight embarrassed me down there with that white lady.
I would have been sitting next to that nigga holding his hand after me walking in with
Yes,
you
I
damn Kate
would've.
Blanchett. No.
I
She
would've
wanted to
sat there
stay
with
with
him.
him. She wanted to stay with him. The whole point of her
I
going down
would
there to be like,
know his
choose.
stand have been
Because the whole
affectionate.
point was
But them
family.
next
It
couple-
wasn't
She
about
went all
him
them
per
last couple
se.
months, y'all not getting none. For what? You just did that to yourself. You just did that to yourself.
I'm like, I'd have let him come on in.
Say it
We
again.
about to die. We about to die. Like, come on in. Let's have a dinner, one last dinner with the family. You're playing too much, and we got countdown time, baby. We got to cook this food up. We ain't got that much time. The pot roast is roasting. You got to sit down.
I would have been in there like a rabbit. Listen, I would have been getting in like a rabbit.
No, I wouldn't have did that with him because, like Danelle said, he cheated on me. But I would have had the family dinner for the kids' sake. One
Nope.
last family dinner. No, he wouldn't have got none of this body. I'm sorry, but we can have dinner. We can have a little wine.
We would have had to reconcile before that moment.
We ain't
You're
got
coming
time
to
for
my-
reconciliation. She wasn't
Right, no.
answering.
Like you can just come
You
back
got 'em.
immediately. No, it definitely would have been like
It
a
took
break.
time.
But
He kept
It took
calling
time.
her
He
and
didn't
she
go
wasn't
home. He had
answering.
to it was some
No.
work. The flowers
probably would've
represented the
reconciled-
work.
I think that what I'm gonna say is I wouldn't have not talked to him for all them time. We only had 6 months
Yeah.
altogether, right?
that's what
So
I'm
3
saying.
months
I
went by
would've
when he got
reconciled
caught.
him
If I'm gonna reconcile, we're gonna reconcile 3 months from now, and it would have been by the time it's time to end, we would have had those 3 months together. I'm not gonna wait till you walk to my door. We got 10 minutes to live. That's stupid as hell.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, we got 10 minutes to live. Probably like a little good 20 they had to cook. We ain't got time to be doing this stand-up. You want to let me in here, you're not gonna let me in here. And I can take my food somewhere else with my kids. You're playing. That's one of my grievance. I don't hate when people play with time like that. We about to die.
Now I can go in there and play with my
Ooh.
kids.
Right.
The
People
kids
do
are
too much.
27.
They are grown.
The kids are
The kids was grown. And then another grievance is like, why was like Maddie was about to say, why was only the US the ones trying to solve this damn asteroid? And only we had a snippet of
other
like
countries?
conversation of like
Okay.
China
mhm.
tried
They
to
didn't
do
show it.
something and it failed.
Mhm.
But I'm like,
Mhm.
why?
All the other countries came
Why?
together to try to do something. And I feel like I didn't like that they made them fail. If every other country in this world,
Put their
came
brains
together,
together. We know
they
China
would
would have
solve
been
the
successful.
issue. Like, come on, let's not act like
So
America got the only
daggone
smart
well,
people. Like,
China and them.
You know, China would have had that damn
And-
asteroid down.
Japan has a great space program. So
Yeah,
much great that
India.
America uses the Japanese
When I
space
think
program.
of the minds in America,
Mexico
they all
has
come
a great
from
space
other
program.
places and come
Come on.
here to go to college, and then we absorb them.
Mhm.
Right.
Those
Kings
are not
of
usually
schools.
American minds.
We forgetting the kings, Russia, baby. They would have taken
Had it down in the snow.
Russia's
And I'm
space program is
sorry,
underfunded now.
We
but I
forget
get what
about
you're saying.
Nigeria, and we forget
We can
about
pull the
Kenya,
money.
and
We
we
can pull the
forget
money.
about South Africa, because those are African countries who are very scientifically advanced that we just don't think
I'm
about.
like, the world
My
is
thought was the
ending.
places that
asteroid's
actually
about to
have-
end the planet.
There's
Only
places
America.
right now that have great space programs. I'm not even talking about like what they're going to do in the nick of a moment. I'm talking about right now. Japan, China, and Mexico have great space
Would have
programs.
had it down.
Why on earth would they not have gotten it together in the moment? Like,
Right. You telling me they also didn't see the
America's
media?
so cocky. Yeah.
they
Well,
were
you
gonna
told me they
do
all
it.
shouldn't see the media, and all the word got out. They got social media like everybody else. They seen like,
They should have saw it
shit,
back 6 months ago, like she did.
it's coming. Well, no,
Exactly.
she discovered it, so it was her.
I mean,
You
like
know, there's a
they
discovery that
should have found
happens.
it, and they put it out there. The Asian woman said that she had reached out to other countries, so everybody knew
Yeah.
about it.
Because
whole
the
world
time
knew about
lapse,
it.
you kept seeing all the different parts of the world kind of looking on social media. That's I'm like, you telling me ain't nobody pull their resources together and come together and destroy it. It was only America. And then I'm saying America, like, come the fuck on. That is not life.
Mhm.
And
It's
that's why
not.
we died. And that's exactly why we died. Because ain't nobody was coming together for the earth.
Like COVID.
I
And
think
feel like we're
then
talking
that
about
it
COVID.
stopped. That it was after
I feel like we're talking about
theirs
COVID.
failed.
Mm, mm,
No, they were going to no. Okay, so America was going to do ours, right?
mhm.
And then the
Came
the
together and
NASA
they
program,
failed.
but NASA has all of the countries there, like helping and doing stuff in general. Then the rich guy said no and turned it around.
Because we want
Then
the
the
money.
other countries got together
Came together.
to do
Mhm.
something that failed. So that means that there was like 2-3 months in there where the other countries were working with
Trying to
NASA,
figure it
like
out.
through NASA. You know what I mean? Like it was time. I think time is why it failed. Not it just failed because it failed.
They should have hopped
That
up
makes
on
sense.
it.
The thing is,
those countries have their own space programs aside from NASA that are own government programs.
the
that they
big
have.
the big space programs are not connected to NASA.
Yeah.
They're not. That's
Um,
why we had that Space Force, because the American government doesn't do it anymore.
they should have did something like that's my edit, Danelle. You did my edit. They should have added Space Force somehow to this. It'd have been so funny if they figured out how to get Space Force involved. That'd have been
That's why
so
Space
funny.
Force now
Let's
exists,
issue
because
it.
at
So
some point
funny.
NASA became global.
Space Force is actually a thing because they underfunded NASA under Bush.
Mm.
They took away the funding for NASA. Now under Trump, it reincorporated a whole new military
Right,
wing for Space Force,
right,
which
'cause
still
NASA is no
exists right now.
longer- Right,
Space Force is still a thing.
it is a thing
It
right
ain't
now.
gone.
It's not.
You tried to weaponize NASA, turn it into Space Force. They should have added that to the movie somehow. I want that in the movie. That's my edit. Add Space Force
See the movie.
in the movie,
Got it.
and then make Timothy Chalamet an older person.
Oh my goodness. Let that one. Young people, old people get together.
Listen, I would be okay with it if they had the
The energy.
there. Like if it was like, okay, this makes sense. Let's say it was like, I don't know. I'm trying to think somebody that's like younger that would have made sense with Jennifer Lawrence. Can't think of
Everything
nobody
to me is
something
changing
like
Jennifer Lawrence. I'm be honest. I'm not a fan of hers. Maybe she the one that should have changed out and would have had the
Oh,
energy.
dang. She one of the main characters.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan.
The same
Ain't
thing
nothing
I
wrong with it. I
told
just
you yesterday about Zazie Beetz is how I feel about Jennifer Lawrence. That's what certain
she was going off
actresses-
about Zazie Beetz.
Yeah,
going
certain
off.
actresses commit to a one character that they use in every single movie that they are in.
I got
or
my
every
one.
single
Yeah,
show.
I see that. She's
And
the same
Jennifer
in
Lawrence
everything.
has
She
this
play
was.
herself.
and plays herself in every movie. I don't know how you can play yourself as Mystique, but she found a way to do it.
And somehow getting Oscars for it.
She a good character. Hell, don't hate the
Is
player,
it?
hate the game.
It's the game.
Don't be mad at
It's
me,
the
y'all, but
fucking game.
it's a lot of them that I feel like it's like that.
Me too.
Angelina
Mediocre.
Jolie, Angelina, as much as I love her,
Mediocre. White.
it's
Hey,
very
man,
much that.
I love me my Angelina.
I
They
love
are
her,
allowed to
but
be
look
mediocre.
at every movie she's done since Tomb Raider. It's all
She's
the
very boring.
same.
I'm not gonna lie.
They all Tomb
white
Raider.
woman.
She's
They
a
all
beautiful
Tomb Raider.
face, though.
She's
Beautiful
Tomb Raider
face.
and everything.
Beautiful
She is
gowns.
beautiful. Can't nobody take it from her. Can't
Beautiful
nobody take away the beauty. Listen, we might edit it out. We might leave it in. But me and Maudie talking yesterday, we talked about how we did the Hard Day Fall to me. So she's like, we talking about Zazie Beetz, and she's like, she's a beautiful girl. When I tell you, I laughed. So I don't know why that hit me. And she's a beautiful girl. Like, listen.
Beautiful girl, y'all.
I told you, you need to get off of Zazie. You let Zazie live.
Listen.
I'm just gonna call her beautiful.
Beautiful
That's
girl.
it.
But acting wise,
Let Zazie live her life.
she acts like how she acts in the house. I know for a fact she's that
Oh.
same exact person when she Atlanta. That was my whole thing. she's that Atlanta character everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere. How are
And
you
Jennifer
Atlanta
Lawrence is
character?
Jennifer Lawrence everywhere.
Yeah, and Jennifer Lawrence, the same thing. And I felt that like that's what I got. The same person she played in Hunger Games and X-Men is the same
Katniss.
character I got.
Come on, Katniss.
And you know, Miss Katniss Mystique is now this lady.
Come on,
Like,
Katniss.
Kate. She went from Katniss to Mystique to Kate. It's the same nigga. It's the same
Oh,
person.
the same person.
Yeah.
Poor
So
Say
J-Lo.
this, and
J-Lo.
I'm gonna say it in a way that you can edit it out. Because Beyonce,
She already know to play the Queen Bee. You know how she get down.
but listen though.
been the same
But listen.
Beyonce.
Y'all know I stand, right?
We know.
Beyonce cannot act.
Beehive
I
unite.
stand, and I can admit that Beyonce cannot act. She can't even voice fucking act.
I
She
love her.
can't.
You know she
I
can.
love her.
I don't know why
I
she
love
get
her.
off of new things.
What I
She can't
will
do it.
give her though.
Been the
Is
same since
obsessed.
Carmen.
No, I'm not even giving her obsessed. I
fucking
hated her
love
and
Carmen.
obsessed. Hated her and obsessed. I'm gonna give her
Yeah.
Cadillac Records because I
She
love
did
her.
so
Oh, you
good in
did. She
Cadillac
did good in
Records.
Cadillac
She
Records.
did amazing.
She
in
did.
Cadillac
And she was and Cadillac Records was very close to
Her life.
Dinah and Dreamgirls.
She did good in Dreamgirls to me too.
She really did.
No,
I'm
I
not
wouldn't
saying she
say
doesn't
that.
do good.
Have
I'm
you
saying
seen
that.
Cadillac
Ella
Records
James is
enough?
way too different.
You seen
Huh?
Cadillac Records? You seen Cadillac
Yeah, when
Records?
it first came out, it's been years. When it first came out.
It's that those characters aren't similar at all. But I can admit that Beyonce's not a good actor. She did good in Cadillac Records. She did good in Dreamgirls. That's the
You
expanse of
think
her.
she did good in
acting.
Dreamgirls?
She's okay.
I
I'm
love
gonna need you to-
Dreamgirls.
I'm gonna need for you to
Because
unscrew
I
your
know
fucking
that
eyes.
because I grew up watching Diana
Don't play with the
Ross.
Beehive, girl. Come and sting
That's
you.
why I said she gonna have to edit it out because we don't need the Beehive coming.
Unsquint your
Beehive.
fucking eyes. Yes, she did good in
She did
Dreamgirls.
okay in Dreamgirls. I feel like she
She
played
did
her
do
part
okay
as the
in
pretty
Dreamgirls
girl that can
because
see.
the
Dina
whole point was to be a Diana
did
Ross
great.
type character, and
Dina
she was very much Dina was Diana
She
at
was
that
Dina.
time in history.
She
She did good.
she had to stretch her she had to stretch to do Cadillac Records, to do Etta James. And she did. But she did not reach that same stretch for anything else.
And that's, I thought
Anything
about it. I really wonder why not. Because watching Cadillac Records, she's
She
really
did
playing
so
a
good.
heroin addict. And
I wonder if it's the directing. Who
maybe
directed
it was
Cadillac
so believable. Like the whole
Mhm.
movie, and Etta James, I know, was mad. I was saying like she did an amazing job. Like amazing.
Mhm.
I never knew Beyonce could get ghetto.
Could do it.
I never knew she could act like that. I never knew she could cuss somebody out and throw glass and do
We
the
all
whole
got little
nine.
ghetto in us now. Just gotta get to that point.
I gotta
But
watch.
she got it. She known to have a little
Right.
bit. She was talking about she ready to kill
found it,
people.
baby,
She
'cause
was ready to
had
fight
me
people all the
scared.
time.
Right.
There's stories about her ready to fight people over Jay-Z all the time.
Hey,
Anywho, now do you have any edits? We don't got sidetracked about Beyonce.
we had to cut it all out.
We're not. We're leaving it in there. 'Cause
Girl,
I'm gonna
I
make
don't play
sure-
with the Beehive now.
But
You
you
know
know,
me
I
and Danelle
said
got
Beehive.
us with the Hive.
I
Yeah,
love
I stood up
Beyonce,
for my
y'all.
girl.
That's my girl. That's my girl. I
You
love
don't get to
I
know
love
my
her.
clip in the Hive.
It's
I
Queen
love me some Beyonce. Let Beyonce come to the door right
Lion.
now. I'd be like, oh my
Lion.
god. Now you be
Lion. Captain Defend Pride Rock.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, sir.
Really, for me, I'm thinking about Dreamgirls.
Lioness.
What made me feel like she didn't act well in Dreamgirls was literally when Effie and her finally linked up after all them years. And she's trying to be like emotional. She's like, oh my God, that happened.
I feel like that was acting because you trying to be, you already got the money. You know Effie ain't got shit. So you faking, oh my God, you out here sitting on your
But
money.
she
You
wasn't
did.
supposed to be
acting.
faking.
That was the
Yes,
part,
she
baby.
was. She wasn't supposed to be.
it's called being phony.
Right.
You know
I feel
your
like she
man
was
had,
supposed-
you know who you was with.
Oh my
She was
God.
supposed to be
She's supposed to be
phony. I'm
genuine.
telling you.
Mm.
She's trying to be genuine.
I
She's
think it
supposed
was
to be phony.
genuine. She was like,
Oh my God.
You had a baby. You
Right, like, oh my
Oh
God, you
my
had a baby. Because I'm really not
That's
concerned. And I was already sleeping around with the man you had the baby with, and I ain't know, but damn, you right. Hope you doing good. Come on, little, come back to her.
Lion. Simba, you gotta come.
She did good in Dreamgirls, man.
child.
Simba, you gotta come back.
No, but she was doing that Foxy Brown accent from when she was in Austin Powers.
I turned off the powers though.
I
loved
did
Austin
It was
Powers.
satire.
Don't
It was
get me
satire.
wrong. Beyonce is an entertainer. I'm not saying she's not entertaining. I'm not saying between the movies she doesn't. I'm just saying.
You got to know your strengths. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
How do we get here? How do we get here?
Edit it out.
Did you have any edits for the movie that we watched called Don't Look Up?
Sorry. Edits.
Nope.
Nope, I'm good.
I would take, like I said, I would change one of the two. Like either way, Timothy or J Law could get taken out, and I wouldn't really trip. If Tom Holland played Timothy's character, I think it would.
I think he could pull it off.
Yeah, I think he could pull it off.
No.
Tom Holland
Same.
is the next.
He could have did that.
Tom
He
Hanks.
definitely could have been
Yes, he
Evangel.
is.
You know,
He is.
Tom Holland is the next. He can do anything he wants to
could have
do,
been Evangel
and I believe
all
he can do it. And Timothy Chalamet, although I think he's the cutest little thing, doesn't have it the way Tom Holland does.
Timothy did a good job.
He did. I'm not taking it from personally. You see who's one I got rid of.
Because I wouldn't want to see no damn Tom Holland.
Oh, I love that young man.
No.
I love him.
I would have probably been
You seen
irritated because I'm
Spider-Man?
tired of seeing him.
And I ain't fool with him in Spider-Man. So
This
He's
latest
gonna
one.
get blocked. The show's
Go ahead and
canceled.
block me,
Last
baby.
episode.
Go ahead and
Last
block me.
episode.
No way home. You said no way, girl.
I
Tamia.
don't fool with Tom Holland in the damn Spider-Mans. That's my stance,
So when
and I'm
Iron Man
sticking to it.
died, and that boy
Then let's get
ad-libbed
back
that
to
whole
Don't Look
part
Up.
where he literally turned red and had snot coming out his nose crying. You telling me that boy wasn't acting? That young man was acting his tail off.
I don't fool with him. Some people just don't fool with. That's all.
I love him.
Just say that prior to Endgame and Cherry, I did not get the hype. I'm not gonna lie. Prior to Endgame and Cherry, even after seeing Spider-Man, Toby was still my favorite Spider-Man. I still felt like I don't know this nigga. Whatever.
I don't know
it's
Tom.
about Toby.
Sorry.
I don't want that nigga. But now I got a respect for him. I got a love for him. Endgame really took my heart. I think
He was so great in
I think he
Endgame.
could have played it.
Maybe I got to see more stuff
And
with
this
him.
new one, this one that just came out, he really is he's a good actor, and he's
Do
young
you think he
too.
might have been too sweet? Maybe because Timothy got a little roughness to him.
You need a little roughness at the end of the world.
Yeah, and that's what attracted. Like that was the whole thing. Was like he wasn't.
I told y'all in this movie, I would prefer Timothy over J Law because I don't think J Law has it. I don't think she's she has the same personality what she did. But if we're gonna change them, if we're keeping J Law, anybody that can replace Timothy would be Tom Holland because he has the acting ability to do it.
Yeah.
But this is the last episode of this show.
Hey. I'm like, maybe I ain't see him. I haven't seen him in a lot of
Let me
stuff.
tell you.
Only thing I seen him in was Spider-Man, and I didn't fool with him in Spider-Man. So maybe I got to see his catalog.
Spider-Man to me? Which one? The first one?
All of them he was in. I ain't see the newest one, but all of them he was in. I ain't fool with
There's
it.
no way you watch this last one and think that way.
I didn't see the last one.
Is an actor. Like he's a theologian.
I didn't see the last one, and I'm not saying the baby ain't an actor. I'm just saying I didn't personally fool with him. Now you can do your craft, and I not fool with you. I told you I did not like him in Endgame because I felt like he was too childish. I didn't like how they set his ass back up in high school as a damn 50-year break.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about his acting. That's script stuff. I'm talking about this young man acting.
He ain't got no maturity. You didn't already went to death in life. You ain't got no maturity from the time you come up. I didn't like it. I told y'all my grievance now.
The director
That's true as well.
That's the director.
I would say watch Cherry if you want to see him in like a not childish. That's a very more adult role. He's playing a soldier in Vietnam.
I gotta check out his catalog. I gave y'all that. I'm gonna check out his catalog because I only seen the Spider-Man.
Watch Cherry because that's before Cherry and Endgame. I could agree. He gave me kid. I didn't really. It was like this lame ass nigga. That's why I was so hell-bent on Toby is that nigga. Toby will beat his ass. Like I had hella mad energy towards that nigga Tom. I'm not gonna lie.
Now, Tom Holland is now my favorite Spider-Man. He's my favorite Spider-Man since Civil War. But I can say if they were just gonna fight, if Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland was gonna fight, Toby would kick both of their asses because Toby was a real nigga in his movie. But that has nothing to do with Tom Holland's ability to
acting,
act.
right? His acting ability.
Some actors I just don't fool with. Now I'm gonna check out his catalog because maybe I didn't see something that I'm supposed to have seen. I like that him and Zendaya is dating. I think that's a real cute relationship.
A real cute
You know,
couple.
his personal
Mhm.
life seem all right. I'm gonna check out his movies. I'm telling you.
Next episode, we have to come back to this conversation because we're canceling. Let me tell you.
This is the last one.
Edit it out.
Hilarious.
Edit it
I
out.
mean, besides they should have showed other places in the world, not just America. I would have liked to see more, even in just that last part when everyone was dying.
That's what I was thinking. Like when everything was going on, they should have been some
Yeah, it was
cutscenes
just
or something.
America, and I'm like, it's so much more to the world
Over it.
outside of
Mhm.
America. Like, think about people that live in like Antarctica, because it's people that lives in like places like Antarctica who probably have
Them
no
niggas saw that
clue
shit
this is coming.
3 months ago.
Really saw
No, they
it
saw
because
it.
the sky
They
is
saw it.
completely
They saw it before
open.
everybody else did. They saw it before that one.
Yeah.
They was
Jennifer
at all
Lawrence.
the
I'm saying.
like seen it.
They
They
saw it a
call
long time
everybody
ago.
like, y'all seen that coming?
It's something happening.
Right.
Ain't nobody
Did y'all
supposed to
see
be living
that?
out here. But
Something happening.
No, like, and my other edit, like, for real, like, after a while, I was like, let's just see what's gonna happen. Because I feel like they said it had 6 months, but it was dragging for a couple of bits for me. I'm like,
That was a
either we
complaint
gonna
on the
die
internet. It was too long.
or we gonna destroy the
Mhm.
comic. But it was a little too much. You know me, I like to cut it up a little bit. Let's get to what we need to
Yeah.
get, and let's keep it moving.
Mhm.
But that was my only like edit.
Mhm.
The reason why they didn't show everywhere else is the same reason why they made sure you understood that the corporation was the dominant. Like
In charge.
America is
Mhm.
selfish. I think kind of part of the movie is just saying, hey, America is
Look at America being
is
dead.
selfish,
Mhm.
and this is the fact that we're not showing other people and places is because this is America.
Because we the only ones that matter in America.
God
That's
bless
the motto.
America and no place else.
Finna die.
I mean, I love
All
America,
right.
but you know,
I work. Yep.
I'm
Gonna
in
be a
here.
lot of- it's gonna be a lot of editing, Nene.
I'm gonna keep my jib. I love America.
We love America.
we love America.
Love America. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the movie, the point of the movie.
I'm saying we gotta say that just in case. We love America.
We got jobs in places.
I work
Right.
in it.
Maybe I won't say that I love any country, but what I will say is I'm American. That's
I'm
what
American.
I will say. Is
Right.
I'm
Proud
American.
to be an
Proud,
American.
I'm a whole
Or at least
American.
I'm kinda free.
I mean, hey, yeah. It could be worse for women. You
Could be
know,
worse.
it could be worse. We do what we can.
Could it be worse though?
It could be worse. I seen some places it could be a little worse. To be a woman, it could be a little worse.
a black woman.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
Black.
saying. Because we ain't no men's out here. We women. It could be a little worse, depending on where we
Need to
go.
go travel some more. 'Cause you know.
Okay, so we did it, guys. Do you guys have any plugs you want to give? Anything else you want to say about the movie?
Follow me on Instagram at mavg.i.
You better do that
Ooh,
plug.
plug it.
You better do it.
Pimpin'.
Yes, give. Excellence and ambition. Give to us.
Okay.
We help young people start businesses. We also do workforce development. Go to our website at www.ambitiousyouth.org. 501c3. Give. Thank you.
Nice. You know, I ain't never got no plugs. Keep on
You ain't never got no
watching.
plugs.
Keep on doing your thing. We're going to be back consistent in the new year.
We will, because I'm about to quit my job and make this my full-time job.
We about to get it. This is my part-time, but I'm going to make it work.
The only way I'm gonna make a lot of money on it if I focus on it, I decided.
No, we could, though. We could make it
The only
popular.
way, and I've gotten a lot of like reaching out just this week. This is the first week of the 22, and I've got like 4 different opportunities reach out to me. I didn't take them because I'm scared, but I'm admitting that.
And
So that's what I gotta do with it.
what we say last year? You ain't got nothing to be scared about.
Take them.
If it fail, it fail, and you go back to square damn two. If he's successful, then you successful. Ain't nothing to be scared of.
Take it.
Ain't
Do
nothing
it.
to be
Do
scared of.
it. Nene, I gotta remind you, you walked away from a job with me. Just You literally,
Mhm.
I said, I'm leaving. You said, okay, I'm leaving too.
You better do it. And as always,
Yeah, I'll pay
y'all
my
watch.
bills.
Let me tell you.
Oh, wait. Okay, it's my go. Sorry. Let me tell you. Boom, boom, boom. We let me telling you. Just gonna be on YouTube, and then we're gonna be also on everywhere that you find podcasts.
Yeah.
Why say YouTube like that? I hate Baltimore sometimes. YouTube. What was I about to say? Let me tell you, Loud and Wrong. Loud and Wrong is in production. I do most of the editing. I do all the things. We are coming with a couple of new podcasts in 2022. Got a couple of things happening. Very proud of the ideas and the prospects we got coming up. Because I'm the one that does all the things. Had to commit and then do it. You can find us where you find social medias. Loud and Wrong. Let me tell you, was a part of all of that stuff. Geek Saving. Geek Saving is a part of Loud and Wrong podcast stuff. And I think that's it. Bye.
Bye.
Let Me Tell You is a part of the Loud and Wrong Podcast Network. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can also listen to us wherever you find podcasts.